The Ophaur has a variety of traits that make it an incredibly successful hunter. Great vision, good hearing, sharp claws, a powerful, flexible body, and intelligence. With a relatively generalist body plan, the Ophaur can adapt to hunt all sorts of prey, some much more difficult than others. Today we will find out how the Ophaur hunts. Well, the adult ones at least. Let's start a simulation. On the ground, Ophaurs follow the typical ambush predator hunting style of stalk, chase, pounce, kill. Depending on where the Ophaur bites their prey and how big it is, their long canines can prove to be lethal even without venom. However, if an Ophaur cannot get a precise neck bite, then it will use its venom to ensure its prey doesn't escape. Ophaurs quickly figure out behavior patterns in their prey, and if they know that the prey has an easy way to retreat, such as hiding in the water, they will definitely use their venom. Ophaurs, no matter the subspecies, are good enough swimmers to chase their prey through water, but it is a very risky move. The venom effectively eliminates having to take that risk. But what does an Ophaur do if their prey climbs into a tree? Chase after them, duh. Due to their variety of arboreal adaptations, Ophaurs are almost disturbingly fast and agile for the size of the trees, males of course being better than females. If an Ophaur gets a bite in, the strong effects of their venom will eventually cause their prey to fall out of the tree. The impact might kill them before the Ophaur does. Occasionally, Ophaurs may drop down from trees onto their prey for a swift yet lethal attack. But this is for typical prey. How is an Ophaur hunt prey that's covered in a suit of armor? Razor-sharp spines? Well, let's just say that although an Ophaur can be reckless, they are still capable of precision. These options are only on the menu if an Ophaur is desperately hungry. Let's start with something armored. Let's say an armadillo. If an Ophaur decided to bite into this thing, it would surely break its fangs. The best way to bypass this would be to simply flip it over. Unfortunately, armadillos have claws which can cause considerable damage if an Ophaur isn't careful around them. So the strategy many Ophaurs have come up with is simply to ram into the armadillo at full speed before it can react, sink their fangs into their belly, and retreat. A nasty combination of severe organ damage and a little bit of venom will end them. Spikes are a much more dangerous defense though. An Ophaur can afford to rush into an armadillo because, well, their armor can't pierce their skin. So how would an Ophaur kill a porcupine? Well, the Ophaur is low to the ground and extremely agile. This makes it a lot more difficult for them to defend against an Ophaur, especially since they cannot defend themselves from the front. So all it really takes is one initial venom-filled face bite to weaken the porcupine enough to go for the kill. And that's a quick overview of Ophaur hunting strategies. This will definitely get covered more in later videos. Subscribe for more.